Good morning, my YouTube family. Hope you guys are doing great. Apologies that I had taken a break for a couple of weeks, which is why you guys didn't see me. I had some issues with my wisdom tooth, and this is the first time that I had to go through that, so I had no preconceived notion as to what it is. But the experience was pretty horrible from when it started to when I took some appointments for extraction and then post extraction pain. It was too much to take in. So I took a break for a few weeks, just resting myself, giving myself time to heal. But now all that is behind me and I'm back again. So please expect regular updates from me and we'll start conversing again. So coming back to it, so if you guys are new to this channel talks about everything money. So please consider liking and subscribing it so that I can bring the awesome content to you in the space of personal finance and we can make money together. Okay, coming back to it. So one of my subscribers had recently asked me a question, which is they have some debt about $50,000 and they wanted to know that, and at the same time they want to invest the money also. So the confusion that they were, that couple was going through is that should they prioritize paying off the debt versus investment? Which one should they prioritize? So the question is very, very realistic. A lot of us go through that and we're not able to decide what we should do, whether we should pay off the debt first and then come to investment, or whether we should continue to do both. Where is the sweet spot? So very logical question, and I'll share what I think about. So here's how I'll take this question up. Understand this, the first factor that goes into defining whether you want to prepay your loan or whether you want to take the trail of investment is what is the interest rate that you're paying on that debt. Let's say in a case wherein we're talking about real estate debt, for people who had bought their properties in 2020 or prior, right? So most of us had financed or refinanced that in around 2 to 3%, right? So if you have interest between 2.5%, right, 2.5 3%, right, there is to me there is no need to rush into prepaying that. Of course, you can throw in a few grands if you want in every EMI, but there is no rush, there is no need to prepay that, because to me, historically the interest rates have been very high in US. So you can throw in a few bucks here and there, but there is no strong urge to prepay that loan, because think about it, that you've got a loan at 2.5%. You can, instead of prepaying that loan by larger chunks, you can take that money and invest that money in stock market. Now stock market, when I say that, I'm referring to index funds. Safely put the money in index funds on about 10-11% annually. And then, so think about it, two sides of a balance. There is 2.5% interest rate that you are paying to the bank. And on the other side, you are getting 9, 10, 11% from index rate. So the difference between this, about 7, 8, 9%, right? However, whatever the numbers are on both sides, right? That's the arbitrage is your win, that is what you gain. So for me personally, if I was, that person, I wouldn't rush into prepaying. Now, yes, I understand that people, get this kind of kick when they don't have any debt. That piece I understand. But if you talk about pure financial sense, it doesn't make sense. I will say continue to pay your installments on the loan, but at the same time, continue to invest, that extra money that you were thinking of prepaying in that loan in a good index fund. Now, this was a very limited case, precisely related to real estate, because I understand that, a lot of people have that, they want the freedom of having paid off their debt more than they, want to run into numbers or want to understand the numbers well. I get that psychology, and I'm perfectly fine with that. If you're the one who gets comfort from having the debt totally paid off, by all means, continue to put some dollars there, so that you have this mindset that you're also reducing your debt liability at the same time. But I'll strongly recommend at the same time, do not overstretch yourself to pay off that debt which is very low interest. Instead, park some money in a low cost index fund. So understand this thing, right? There is a momentum when you start investing. There is a momentum, Think about it that when you're investing money from each of your paychecks, you are parking $500 or whatever you can, in an index fund. You see that money growing, every now and then when the market is up, which is up most days that it is down. You see the market going up, you see that money going up. It provides you a kick. Of course, that there is a debt on your head, but it's a low cost debt, in this case that I'm referring to. But at the same time, you get a kick from seeing your investments grow. There is a momentum in the journey, right? And when you learn about investments, you learn that there is the most important concept there is the power of compounding. The earlier you start, the compounding kicks in, so the money is growing, right? So the little stress that you get from having debt on one side, you see how your money is growing, right? That makes you feel so much comfortable. You're trying to find a balance, right? If you are a person who does not want debt. Personally, me, I'm completely okay. If it was a high interest rate debt, that's a different question. But given this was a case of a low interest, real estate loan, that was my suggestion. Now let's talk about a scenario when you have a little higher interest rate loan. You're talking about something in the ranges of 5 to 7%. In that case, what should be the strategy? So in that case also, my recommendation would be, based on my personal experience, is that do not rush to pay off everything. you know do make prepayments. Because having a reduced debt also makes us feel good, but at the same time, park some money in your investments also. So at the same time, this debt is coming down, this investment is going up, and you feel good about it. Because when you talk about the journey of investments, right, the biggest factor, so there are three factors I always say. One is the interest rate that you get in your investments, one is the time horizon that you have, and the third one is the amount of money that you can park each time, each paisa you can invest. So three things again: interest rate, how much amount you can invest, and the time period. Among these three, time period is the one that carries most weight when it comes to investment. But trust me, for now, your time horizon is the biggest weighted factor. So given that time, we understand time is the most important factor. When you start your investment journey early, you have those years to see the money compound. So take advantage of compounding. That's what happens when you are starting investment. So in today's video, I'll give you guys 6 reasons why you should continue to invest while you are on your debt reduction journey. So one of the first reasons, as I just mentioned, was compound interest. The longer your money stays invested, the more compounding happens on that and the more interest you earn. So no matter how small or large your initial investment and your continual investment payments are, the corpus towards the end is growing into a big snowball. And it's growing into a big snowball, which means that towards the end of it, you have a bigger amount, to your disposal. Even a small amount invested continuously over a long period of time substantially leaves you with a substantial big corpus. So understand this. A very big reason for you to continue investment from the very beginning is the power of compounding. Second reason that I want to give here is from a very personal experience. So it's very close to home, is that we may think that we will get out of debt as soon as possible and then we'll start our investing journey. And guess what? Life happened. Life happens with all of us. We may have a tenure of 2 to 3 years that we'll pay off our debt in this time and then we'll get back to investment. So in my case, personally, what I did is that while I was paying my debt, I stopped, making my company match a 401k, thinking that let me come out of debt first and then I'll start investing. And that was the biggest regret that I have in my financial journey. It's free money. Company is giving you free money, provided you also match that, right? It's a free match. So I would say that you may think that you will put all your power to use and you'll pay it off in 2 to 3 years, but life happens, and because of that, your 2 to 3 years of expectation goes to 5 to 6 years. And think about it, the few years that you've lost, over 5 to 6 years that you've lost here. In the power of compounding journey, timing being the most important factor, you've lost a lot of money only because you started late. So there is no reason for you to stop investing in your company match while you're paying off your debt. I will recommend that continue to do that while at the same time you're trying to pay off your debt as well. Guys, the third reason I say that you should continue investing while you are in your debt reduction journey is your long-term goals. Think about it. How crucial is investing to your long-term goals journey? whether that be retirement or buying a new home. So the continuous investment, once you're in that cycle, that grows your corpus much faster. You will have additional years to grow your corpus. There's no reason for you to delay your goals, right? And with continuous investing, you reach there faster, on time, whenever you need them. You have that money ready with you. So I will say that if you start your investing journey later, you are just wasting time, 3 to 5 to 6 years, because of paying off your debt. And in the long term journey, when you want to fulfill your long term goals, you will realize that you've lost a lot of money only because you started late. So, long term goals is a very big reason for you to continue investing. The fourth reason that I want to call out here, guys, is the tax benefit. Now, depending upon the kind of investment that you decide to make, there could be tax advantages which could by far offset the cost of your debt. For example, the contributions towards your retirement accounts like 401k, 403b may be tax deductible and could reduce your taxable income, while at the same time you're investing small amount in index funds. The fifth reason here, guys, is simple psychological benefits. Seeing your debt reduction at the same time seeing your investment growing, provides a big psychological boost and motivation to stick to your plan, that you are growing your money at the same time you are reducing your debt. So both sides of equations are well balanced and you're happy about it. You want to continue your journey because it makes you psychologically, happy. You are growing your corpus, you're well on your journey, looking towards your long-term goals. So it's a win-win. Guys, the sixth and the last reason here is the learning curve. You decrease your learning curve if you're investing a small amount of money while you're still working full board in your debt reduction journey. So, as an investor, when you continue to invest, right, you're learning, you're growing, you're disciplining your mind with the highs and lows of the market. So, there is an expansion of knowledge there. You're learning new things. It's not that you are sitting just waiting to complete your debt journey and then move on to investment. No, you're losing on that time in that case, losing the time in terms of compounding, losing the time in terms of learning something new. So the idea here is that while you continue to do your debt reduction, you are expanding your knowledge, you are increasing your IQ as an investor, which is very, very important and healthy for your long-term growth as an investor. So guys, if you're getting any value out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing and sharing with your friends and family so that everybody understands the basics of finance. Now with this, after completing these 6 steps, the reasons why you should continue investing, I want to come back to the initial part of the video wherein I say that if it is a very low cost loan to you, for example, 2.5%, there is no rush that you continue to pay off the debt. Rather, use that money to your advantage by investing in low cost index funds wherein you're getting 9 to 10% of average annual rate of return and enjoy that arbitrage. But at the same time, if it is a high cost interest, high interest rate loan, by all means continue to pay that debt, but at the same time continue to invest in tax advantaged funds or index funds for about 3 to 5% of your income. Continue to invest that for all the 6 reasons mentioned, psychological boost, expansion of your investing IQ, and then you don't want to lose on the power of compounding, things like that. So please watch this video again, and given the situation you are in, let me know that how do you want to go about this journey. Please comment and let me know what else do you want to learn in this journey. So your debt reduction as well your investing, both are two sides of, the same coin, that in your investment, in your wealth building journey, both are equally important. Now, the only difference here is that depending upon the what kind of rate of interest you get in your debt and what kind of interest you are looking at in your investment journey, right? Depending on that, you take that call. Summarizing myself again, low interest, very low, like 2.5%, need not rush into it. Continue to invest in your index funds and enjoy the arbitrage. If that gives you a boost, few dollars here and there, you can put it there, but you're by far safe. But if it's a high cost interest rate on your debt, then by all means we have to prioritize paying that off. But at the same time, it should not be coming at the cost of you growing as an investor, right? So continue to invest some part of your money towards your investment journey. Continue to do that, whether that be through tax advantaged tools like 401k, 403, wherein you're getting a good match from your companies also. But definitely prioritize your debt if it is a high rate interest. Guys, let me know in comments What did you learn out of this video, and anything else that you want to learn in the personal finance space, and I would love to talk about that. See you in the next video.